Hi everyone. I have a couple videos and a lot of updating to do, but Abigail is wide awake and wants to be in this video. I don't know why she's so cross-eyed right now. Hey, what are you be cross-eyed for? Huh? Yeah. So, anyways, we're home. Obviously, as you can see, we're home. We came home on June 8th. We were We were in the NICU for 55 days, and we went home 11 days before her due date. Her due date was June 19th, so she is a week and a day adjusted. Um, and since being home, I mean, life has been wonderful. It's so much better being home. She got her tongue clipped. She had her 2 week or 2 month checkup and got some shots and stuff like that. And she is now exclusively breastfed. I started after she got her tongue clipped. I started letting her latch, and she just kind of took off with it. And now it's like really hard to get her to take a bottle. So she doesn't take bottles anymore, and she's gaining weight just fine. So we don't have to give her the extra calories anymore. Um, she's supposed to be on the vitamin, but it's hard to get her to take it, so we don't do that as much anymore. But she's doing great with that. In the last week, she has changed so much in the last week. Sorry, I'm gonna next her. Um, just in the last week, she has been awake more and more alert, and Jackson wants to kissing her, loving her. She's been more awake, more alert, and she's starting to hold her head up, which is really great. And she's starting to look at our faces more, like she really can see us. So that's cool too. A lot has happened in the last week with her, and she's just so much more like a newborn than she was before, even though she's 2.5 months old. And she is in newborn clothes. They're still a little big on her. Last time she was weighed was Monday, and today's Thursday. So last time she was weighed was Monday, and she was 6 pounds 9 ounces. And they didn't measure her length or anything. It was just a lactation appointment. But she's 6 pounds 9 ounces, give or take a little, probably give a little. And she is, like I said, exclusively breastfeeding, and with breastfeeding, she is doing great, and she's getting enough milk, but she has a couple problems that we have to have further looked at. She had her tongue clipped, but they're not sure that they clipped it enough because it was a posterior, and those are harder to clip. And she also has a little tie on her top frenulum, the one up in their lip. So when she's nursing, she can't flip her lip out, and she gets callus right there, and she doesn't have a very good latch. She has a high arch in her mouth, so when she latches, then it's really hard for her to get the nipple past the arch and to where your hard and soft palate meet. So um, the nipple gets caught up in the arch, and then she has a really shallow latch, and she clicks a lot when she's latching, like she just did. And it's painful for me, so um, we have to go in and see if there's anything we can do about that. She might have to have her top frenulum clipped. She might have to have her bottom reclipped. So we'll see. We don't use a nipple shield, and I don't want to even bother with it. It would probably help a little bit, but it's just such a hassle that I don't even deal with it. I'd rather just take the painful latch because she is getting enough milk and she is gaining weight. So that's good. We are cloth diapering. We've been cloth diapering since the day she came home, and it's going wonderful. We're just now switching over to cloth wipes. I'm making my own, and we're in the process of switching over to that. We're really loving cloth diapering, and it's going really smoothly. All her diapers, the newborns, are still pretty big on her, but it's great. We've been doing all-in-ones, pockets, and pre-folded covers, and a couple all-in-twos, but those are basically the same thing. So everything is just going wonderful with that, and I'm really excited to start doing cloth wipes. And we also have been baby wearing a lot. I started out wearing her in the Nuru, which is the skin skin shirt carrier, and I loved it. And then we switched over to the Moby, and then I really started looking into baby wearing. And now I just made my first woven wrap, and I love it. I've even worn Jackson a couple times with cheese. He's on edge on if he likes it or not. So we've been doing that as well, and it's going wonderful. She likes to be held, and she likes to be nursing all the time. She is pretty much sleeping through the night. She wakes up once or twice through the night and nurses for a little bit and then goes back to bed. But we have had a few nights where we've been co-sleeping because every time she falls asleep and I put her in her bassinet, she wakes up. So my husband, he's a really heavy sleeper, and I'm not. I'm a really light sleeper, but since he's a really heavy sleeper, he hasn't been sleeping with us. It's just been her and I, and I'm really trying to not get her in the habit of doing that. But, so I don't know what we're gonna do about trying to get her to sleep in the bassinet, or we might have to switch her to the pack and play, or which is a little more open. I don't know if she just doesn't like how confined the bassinet is because it's smaller. She doesn't like having things, close to her. So we might try out the pack and play, and if not, we might try out the crib, but we have to figure out some way to get her to sleep on her own. She also really likes sleeping on her tummy, and the recommendation is to have your baby sleeping on their back. But we have a angel care monitor which monitors her breathing, so if she stops breathing, which she has a few times since coming home, it alarms. So I'm not so scared about putting her on her stomach. And it used to be the recommendation to put them on their stomach. It changes every couple years. So that is that. I think that's really all for update on her. I'm going to do a Jackson update and then a postpartum update for me. Also, we are going to be switching channels. I have another channel that I will link below, and we're going to start using that. And I'm going to try to start doing more videos. Life's been a little crazy since coming home, and we're finally all settled down and getting in a routine, and things are just perfect. So that is that. I will end this one and then do a couple more later. See you guys.